Well, hello everyone. So I'm super late with getting last week's video done. I'm doing it this week, and then I got another one due tomorrow. Um, anyway, better late than never. I promised Rach I'd get it done, so I'm doing it, Rach, and I'm going to work on my nest. So, firstly, this was one of Rachy's digis, which I've trimmed down, and I've just done an overcast stitch around the edge. I'm going to work on my nest. Many of you have done your nests like this. This is what I talked about doing last week. I'm not worried about whatever these little things are on the white things, and I'm going to have to cover that leaf, but I'm doing my nest around the eggs. And then I'm going to do some French knots for the berries, and then I'll decide if I want to do some embroidery for the leaves as well. And then there'll be more. I'm like so behind. I've got heaps to do. I haven't done much at all. But I've got a bunch of textured wools. These are all pretty much from the sewing basket. Got a lot of browns, which is good because I need browns. And I thought I'd chuck in maybe a bit of green because, you know, birds grab green stuff too and put them in their nest. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to couch them down using a very fine sort of grey brown sewing machine cotton because I really don't want to be able to see it. So I'm just going to layer the thread on, and it'll be a bit awkward to start off with, but couching, all I'm going to do is come through the fabric for those that may have not done it before, and then you just go over the top. And I really don't want to see the thread, so I want it to be a bit wiggly wobbly, like sticks would be in the nest. So I'm going to do them a bit far apart, and I don't want to keep my wool twine or wool thread or wool yarn, whatever. I don't want to keep it really straight. I want little bobbles in it. And I want to go in different, like not perfectly in a straight line. If that makes sense. So I'm going to do a bit of stitching on the nest. I've stitched just that down a little bit. It's one of Rachel's labels and a bit of dyed cheesecloth, which will get stitched down as well. I quite liked the raspberry red colour because there's raspberries that are going to go around my nest. And then tomorrow is actually prompt reveal day. So the prompt is going to be revealed by Rachie. Her video will come up first, and then I'll get mine up after. So I've got my idea for that, well, it's part of it, a bit of it. So I should get a video done tomorrow. So see how I'm leaving bobbles? That's good because a nest is going to have bobbles of sticks. If you don't like it, you can just pull it through a bit more. Anyway, have you been enjoying the Olympics? I know I have. I'm certainly not getting much sleep watching it, and then getting up in the morning to watch bits that I've missed overnight. We've had some amazing gold medals and other medals as well, not just gold, but silver and bronze. I hope your country has been doing well. Yeah, I especially have enjoyed watching Jess and Naomi. No, not Naomi. How do you say her name? Not Naomi. It's Noemi Fox in the kayaking and canoeing, the kayak cross, which Noemi won. and her big sister Jess won the other 2 golds. So all Australians would know that. That was pretty amazing. I've just been watching the basketball. We're doing really well at the moment. It is, just turning around, it's in the second quarter and we're beating Serbia 48-30 right now. Patty Mills is playing super well, for those Australians that know Patty Mills. And maybe some Americans, especially if, I think, does he still play for the Brooklyn Nets? I know he did last year, but anyway. And if they do win this quarterfinal, we're up to quarterfinal? Yeah, quarterfinals. Then we have to play the US, which is going to be, near impossible. But anyway, you never know. Brazil, I think, are playing the US in the quarterfinal tonight. So you never know. Brazil might knock them out. But yeah, I think they're going to be pretty difficult to beat. Amazing team, amazing players that they've got. And we've been really excited by the water polo. So my son did play water polo at school and he really enjoyed it. He'll probably play again next year when he's back in Sydney permanently. And he, in fact, he's one of his coaches is the assistant coach of the Australian team. And then 2 of our other coaches are actually in the team. And one of them is one of the really good goal shooters. So, it's been fun watching them. A lot of the boys get excited because they know if they're in our water polo program, they'll know all those coaches, 3 of them. So Olympics have been fun to watch. I'm really enjoying them. I pretty much watch any sport. I was just watching the skateboarding and the young, I think, what have we got, a 14-year-old, I think she is, who is our youngest Olympic team member, who has just qualified through, I think, to the quarterfinals in 5th spot for the moment, which is good. Yeah, so Olympics are going well. Really enjoying them. All right, so I'm going to just keep stitching this down. Now, eventually, the gaps will be filled. So you can see, like, I've got gaps here and stuff like that. But I'm just going to keep working it around and around and around. And couching at big distances apart. So you probably know, if you watch Rachel's other videos, she's on her way to Spain, but she's been in France for a little bit of a stopover. And I'm hoping that she's able to, well, she'll put a video up when she gets back. I asked her to sort of film the cool sort of antique stores and the brocante markets and things like that that she found and got to go to. She's described a lot of the things she bought. She's found some absolute treasures and I can't wait to see them. So I think we'll get a bit of a combination of videos and photos when she gets back from Spain. She'll probably do that. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. I must say, jealous that I can't go to the market with her because it sounded amazing. One of the ones that one or two that she went to. In fact, I didn't even talk to her today. She might have found more. The other thing I've got to think about, do I want to do something with the eggs? Like, do I want to make them out of fabric? Because they might get too swallowed up here with all this textural stitching going on around the outside. I'm a bit worried that, they'll disappear. So something to think about. What I think I'll do is I'll just, hopefully, am I still on camera? Let me check. Yep. I'll do all this nest stitching first. And then I can make the decision if they've disappeared. I might have to bring them back up. This is fun doing this. I quite like couching. It's simple. Goes relatively quickly. I mean, when you've got textured wool like this, there's actually two type of threads in this one. I don't know if you can see, but there's kind of like a meshy, stretchy kind of thing, and then it's actually quite a soft wool fibre there. It gives it a lovely sort of look of like sticks in the nest. I may not use all the threads I showed you. We'll just see how we go. It might get too full. I think I'll finish with, hang on, look what I've done. That's come off and I've stitched it to the back. So let's just fray this up a bit, separate it, get it out of there, chuck it over there, and we'll sort that out later. Didn't even notice that I'd done that. Okay, just keep going around. So maybe I'll pop off the camera while I get this thread stitched on, and then I'll come back and show you what I do to add some more in. Continue building up my nest. You actually could get probably, I was just thinking, you could get multiple fibres at once, which I might do next, and stitch them down, because that would be much quicker and you're still going to get the lovely texture. Something to think about. See how there's that different colour in there? I think I'll do a different type of thread. Okay, so I'm going to pop off the camera while I keep stitching this one. I'll build that up. That'll keep building up out here. And then I'll come back. Okay, see you soon. So here's my nest. So I did the first wool that I showed you around here. Then in here I added some of this one. And then around the outside, I'm just going to show you, I had a cluster of about 5 different wools. It's got lots of lovely texture. Not sure if you can see, it's fluffy and there's strands coming out. So now what I want to do is add a bit of the green. I've threaded it up with a tapestry needle because it's a thick yarn. And I'm going to try and just weave a little bit in. We'll see if this works. If I don't like the look of it, I can always try and pull it out. Just see how we go, if I can get it through. It's a very bobbly yarn. It's not even, so it's, you can see it's bunching up. It's lovely though. It's lovely and soft. And then what I want to do is just have some bits and pieces just kind of wrapping around like a bird's picked up a piece of green twig and just woven it into his nest. Okay, it's very bubbly, very, very uneven yarn, but I love it because it's got texture. Don't want it to be too uniform. Okay, so just some little bits here and there. I was going a bit uniform there, but I want to be a bit more random. I'm going to go around the top, a few random bits. Sorry, I've got a lot of fabric on here. Gets in the way a bit. Now look at that, I like that look. Okay, we are getting there. Just add a little bit more in. A little bit across here. Come down here, want a bit more down the bottom. So you can see that's totally random. Just round again. I really like that. It's like a real bird's nest. I'm just going to cut it off. It'll sit in there. It's not going to go anywhere. It's all twisted in. Now, as you can see, my eggs don't really pop, do they? They're kind of blended in there. So I'm going to have a think about them and what I might do. Might just pull that through a little bit more. There we go. That's really cool. It's like quite raised. So I think that will do. Sorry, it's not the longest video tonight. I'm going to just do French knots, so raspberry ones, and then there's some white ones. So, excuse me. And I can do them off camera. I think, have we shown you them? I think I showed you them on my first page. And I may do some leaf stitching as well. I think, like, not fully thread paint them, but maybe just a little bit on each leaf would look good. And just to bring you back to my first page, so it's kind of all my bits have come off, but that's not properly like stitched yet. It's just I've just glued it down with a bit of Yoo-hoo glue, bit of this, just to hold it in place. And then my daffodil will end up going over there. That'll all be stitched down, and like lots of stitches on it in the colours that it of green and yellow and stuff like that. So I stamped out the saying that I said I wanted to do. Quite funny, Rach used the same one. Daffodils that come before the swallows dares and takes the winds of March with beauty. I am not going to stitch that. I actually like the way it is. I stamped it with these kind of stamps. Okay, so they're cheapy stamps that I got many, many years ago. On, I think, AliExpress, but a long time ago. So that's that. And this stamping is so they were really cheap, the AliExpress ones, but then I got these from Amazon, and they're bigger, and these were not cheap. Not cheap at all. I have a feeling they're manufactured by Contact Crafts, contactcrafts.com. I just put in alphabet or letter stamps or something like that, and I found them. American Typewriter Bundle, medium size. I think they weren't cheap. I think they're about $80, but I think I might get another one because there's not enough letters. But the good thing about these is there's uppercase and lowercase, and then some symbols as well. My other ones are just lowercase. And numbers too. So yeah, these are really solid. They're much higher quality than my AliExpress ones. I think they were AliExpress. Yeah, so I'm going to be using both of these stamps quite regularly, doing stuff like this. And then that one down there, and that will be stitched down with the sides. I've just put a dot of glue there just to hold it in place for the moment, and that'll all be stitched down, and I have threads coming down, and the 3 leaves will be stitched, and yeah, it'll get there. This will be stitched down. I'm going to cantha stitch that in place with like a crochet cotton, that kind of thing. Not that one, that's a bit shiny. I'll find another one. And then I'm going to do some more things. Like I will do, maybe there might be a saying here. I haven't gone through the books yet to see what I might do, but got the book. I'm sure we can find something about a nest somewhere. Let's see. Nest and eggs of a blackbird. I could do something like that, stamp that. I did want to put some eggs somewhere, so I'll have a think about that if I can fit them in, because at the moment I'm only doing 1 page per prompt. I know we had another nest. We found that the other day, didn't we? Still spring. Where was the other nest? Here it is. No, I think, no, there was another one. It's just saying what, that one. And after April, when May follows, and the white throat birds and, when the white throat builds and all the swallows. I'll read through. She might have written something about nests. So there may be something I want to stamp there. But anyway, that's it for the moment. That'll do for tonight, because you'll get another one tomorrow, hopefully. If you don't, don't panic that there's something wrong with me. It's just, Wednesdays is my hockey night, and I stupidly always leave my videos until Wednesday most of the time. And sometimes I've got stuff after school, like next week, for example. Next Wednesday, I need to be more organised because I got parent-teacher interviews until 6:30, and then I go to hockey training at 7, so it doesn't really leave much time. So don't panic. I'll do my best to get it done on a Wednesday, and if I don't, I'll try and do it before the next Wednesday. And if I don't, I'm just busy. So don't panic. I'm here. The last thing I want to say is this is the ink I'm using, Stays On Timber Brown. Mine probably needs a bit of a refresh. It's quite old. I probably need a bit more ink to put on it. I don't have any more brown, but I should get some, because that's a bit faded. That was stamped a bit better, but that one was a bit faded. So that's what I use. Stays On's good. It does permanently stay on fabric. You could use other inks as well. There's other ones you can use, but I just use that one. And I like the brown. It's not as harsh as black. All right, so thank you for watching today, and I'll probably see you tomorrow, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Bye.